things to Hey, what's up guys? Today's video is going to cover business professional headshots. This is not a beauty portrait or any type of glamour advertisement. This is for the purpose of like you want to go make money with a headshot. Those clients are business professionals. So today I'm here with Isabella. Hello, let's give it up for Isabella, everybody. Okay, great. She is helping me out today. She's going to be my model, and I'm going to show you guys a 1 light, a 2 light, and a 3 light scenario that you can go do anywhere, anytime, any place, and have a business professional headshot. Let's get started. So the first thing that I want to tell you guys is what I'm shooting on, and that is neutral gray is your best friend when you go to a business headshot, so a professional headshot. Neutral gray can allow you so many options. I just want you to see what this is. This one is a 5x7. It's a pop-up. It has black on one side, gray on the other. This folds up to like almost nothing, and I can put it in the back of my car. It even comes with a little stand. Again, you don't have to use this. I'm just showing you what I use when I go on location. We're gonna start off with a 1 light situation, and you can use an umbrella like this, or you could use a softbox like this. I like the softbox because it allows me to control the light a little bit more. This one is an octabox, so you can see it's not a total circle. It is an octagonal shape. I just like that because of the circular shape of the box, and it reads really well in the eyes. And if you're not sure, like how do you know how far away from the subject to put it, or what distance to put it, what angle to put it, let me show you. So if you guys don't know where to put your light, I'm gonna show you a very easy thing to remember to do, okay? So pretend my camera is right here, and my subject is right here. This is what we call a straight line. It's brilliant, I know. So if you don't know where to put your camera, your lighting, what we want to do is we want to go, if this is a straight line, just cut 90 degrees, all right? And then go 45, which is cut that line in half again, which is about here. And as you can see, my light is right here. So again, if my camera is here, this is a straight line, 90 degrees would be here, and then 45 is half of that. Now, what height do you put that light at? Well, do the same concept. Say, here's the ceiling, the stars, whatever it is. This is straight up, this is straight out, this is 90 degrees. So if we go half of that, as you can see, that's about 45 degrees. So I like to say, if you don't know what to do in whatever situation you're in, go 45 and 45. We go straight line, get your 45 degrees. Then again, height-wise, get your straight line, go 45 degrees. So that is a great place to start, and it will serve you through a wide variety of scenarios. I know that this softbox is now, if my camera's here, it's at 45 and 45. And the rule of thumb is, however large the opening of your softbox is about how far away you want to be from the face of your subject. So I know that the opening tip to tip here is 36 inches. So I'm not gonna get a ruler out or a tape measure or whatever and measure 36 inches from the softbox to her face, but if I wanted to get super technical, that is what I would do. If this was 4 feet, then it would be 4 feet away from the subject. If it was 10 feet wide, it would be 10 feet away from the subject. If it was 12 inches, then it would be 12 inches away. So this is about a medium size, and the bigger the light source, the softer the light is. So that's why I'm choosing a circular shape that's relatively large in comparison to her face, so that it's a very soft, flattering light when we start. All right, so now that we have our lighting situated, we're gonna take a test shot and just see where we're at. And what I mean by that is I've got my settings where I think they need to be, and I'm gonna shoot TTL, which means through the lens. That means that my trigger here is gonna talk to the light. It's gonna take a light reading based on my settings and tell me where I'm at. Am I overexposed, underexposed? And from there, I'll switch it back into manual and make whatever adjustment I want to for the look of my shot. And that is the beautiful thing about how you photograph. This is all personal taste. So if I know that my client wants to be a little bit overexposed to hide some flaws, I can make it look like that, because I know in post-production, I can bring some of those highlights back down and make it look presentable. So this is the flavor of ice cream. You shoot how you want to. Again, this is not like what you need to be doing. I'm just telling you how I do it. All right, so let's take a shot. And I'm shooting in TTL right now. We're just gonna take a skin tone reading. So I'm actually not shooting on her eyeball. I have the focal, words are hard. The focal point is on her cheek, not her eye. And that is just the light exposure test. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna take your picture, just look straight at me. Thank you very much, don't move. And let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like. And this is what I love about ProPhoto, is that it might be like a millimeter away from good, because the TV is gonna show you it's a little bit blown out, but if you look at the actual file, it is almost spot on, dead accurate, which is amazing. So now I can go back to manual from TTL, and I think I'm just gonna dial it down like maybe 1/8 of a stop, just like a bare minimum power change. And I'm gonna take the shot one more time. Now I'm moving my focal point to actually be on her eyeball because I'm gonna take an actual shot. So here we go, don't move, one more time. Turn your shoulders this way just a little. Thank you very much, don't move. Tilt your head this way just a touch. There you go, chin down. Stop right there. Beautiful. And let's check this one out and see what happens. You might not be able to tell on the screen, but when I look at it, it is absolutely fantastic. Like, the reading that we got from TTL was almost exactly what we needed. And just for that little minor adjustment, it's beautiful right out the gate. So with that shot, that was just our light. But if you want to refine it a little bit more, something that you can do with a light is add a reflector or a fill light. We'll get that to that. We'll get to Thank you for coming. So we just did our first shot. That was a one light only. If you want to take it to the next level and have a little more refinement in your shot, you can add a reflector. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things. This one is an highlighter. It is beautiful. It is curved and it hits the subject all over. If you put this thing under them, it just eliminates all shadows. It's amazing. But right now we're gonna put Isabella in timeout just for a second. If you don't want to use fancy schmancy equipment, you don't have to. You can use a $6 card from CVS if you want to, or go to Hobby Lobby. This thing is amazing. It does the same thing, it's just not whatever that thing costs, and it'll do almost the same job. It's just not curved. You can curve it, but then you'd be breaking it in half, and I don't recommend that. So why don't we just show you what they both look like, okay? So there are a lot of options you can use as a reflector to your one light, but this one specifically eliminates all the shadows from the underside of the person. So this is very much a glamour modifier. So if you're thinking this is a business person, but they want to look a little more polished, a little more cinematic, this is a great thing to use for them. And what we need to do is we need to reposition our lighting instead of that 45 and 45 like we did before to really maximize all the surface area of this highlighter. We need to bring our light to be more directly on top of it. And I don't want to go full butterfly lighting. That'll be for another thing we can talk about later. This is very business professional, so I'm going to stick to that for now. So I like a little bit of shadow coming off the nose and the chin from one side. So again, I'm not going fully over the top like butterfly. I want to still provide a little bit of contrast. It just feels better to me in the shot. So let me show you what we need to do. What we need to do is just move our light still to the side, but now we're a little bit more in the center of this apparatus here, this highlighter reflector. So let's take a shot and show you what that looks like, okay? We have positioned our light, we have our highlighter in place. We're gonna take a shot and see how we look. But because this thing provides so much reflectivity back into the subject, it might be a little bit bright for our subject. So without changing any of our settings that we dialed in a second ago, let's just take a shot and see what it looks like. Here we go. So Isabella, if you'll turn just a little bit sideways, thank you. Don't move, I'm gonna take a shot here. Your hair looks great. Tilt your head this way just a little for me, thank you. Don't move, here we go. All right, now let's check this out. We might be a little bit bright. Oh, she is glowy. She's so glowy. It's actually quite angelic, but I don't know if you want to look pale like Casper, so we're going to change the settings just a little bit to make her come back into reality and not look so blown out, okay? So I know that I could probably do that in post-production, but save yourself the time, slow down, think through what you need to do. This is a shutter speed thing, not an f-stop thing. So I'm gonna take this, oh, and by the way, right now, I'm at f8 and I'm at 200ths of a second and my ISO is 160. I like to keep my ISO kind of low for headshots because it minimizes any grain or digital noise that you could have. And my white balance is set to the Kelvin scale and I'm at 5,000. So if that just gives you a reference for how I'm doing that. So what I need to do is I could lower my ISO to 125 and then I could raise my shutter speed to 250. We can take that same shot one more time with those two adjustments and that'll bring me a little more clarity in the skin. So let's take it and see what it looks like. So same thing, Isabella, don't move. Stay right here, hair looks good. Don't move, chin down just a hair. Thank you, eyes up, good job. Thank you so much. Okay, so I can see that we're still a little bit hot on the skin. It looks really good. The shadows have been dramatically minimized that are underneath her, but I still want to bring her back a little bit. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower my light power by half a stop. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is half. And we're gonna take the same shot one more time. Here we go, don't move, eyes on me, looking good, beautiful. So this one with that half stop power reduction should be really good. Ooh, that is beautiful. No editing has been done at all. The only thing we did was change the settings in our camera. All I did was move my ISO down just a little bit. It was 1 stop, and I raised my shutter speed 1 stop. So it was actually 2 stops, sorry. It was at 200 and now I'm at 320. So this shot is beautiful. We can rock and roll that all day. Again, if your client requests more of a glamour looking headshot, then I would 100% use the highlighter. But now I wanna show you what you can do. You say, Spencer, I don't have an highlighter. That's okay. You could use that $6 card from Walgreens if you wanted to, or go to Hobby Lobby, whatever. That's just a presentation board and it's white and it reflects beautifully. And let me show you how that works. Have you ever seen one of these before? This is a duckbill or a quacker. And all it does is this comes out and you can hold your card just like this. And now I don't need my assistant to hold it because this quacker clamp is gonna hold it for me. And I put it in a little C-stand and this is gonna provide me the reflection that I need for that light bouncing off of it and going back into the subject. So let me show you how this looks. I want to put this right about her waist height. I put it in my C-stand here, and then I'm just going to look pretty good. Sit up real nice and straight and tall for me. All right, so now I can see it's a little bit high. So I'm gonna move it in, and I wanna go a little lower. Okay, and then fix the angle. There we go, and we wanna try and keep it straight. And I always tell people, this is a piece of cardboard. Please don't lean on it. It's not Olin Mills, and it's not a JC Penney. Okay. I tell people all the time, this is not a table, it's a piece of cardboard. If you lean on it, you're gonna hit the floor, so don't do that. Oh, you're good. So we have our hair and makeup artist here, and she's gonna come just give Isabella a little bit of love because her hair is beautiful, but it has a mind of its own. So we're just gonna straighten that up and then take a shot. So now that we have our card in place, I just wanna show you guys what the shot looks like. Remember, the last settings that we did for our lighting was for the highlighter, and that provides a lot of reflectivity. So the shot might need to be adjusted once again because we're using a different modifier. So let's just take a shot, see where we're at, and then look at what adjustment we need to make, okay? Let's just take a shot with the current settings and see what we got. Will you just move the hair that's on this side just off the center just a little bit? Thank you. Stay right here, don't move. Don't move, tilt your head a little bit that way. You got it, that's perfect. So this looks more like a portrait. It's really pretty, but I want this to be less model-y and more businessy. So I'm gonna make just a couple of adjustments to my lighting and to my camera settings. So the camera setting, I'm gonna go from 320 down to 250. That's gonna provide me with a little more ambient light, and I wanna tip my light down a little further so that it hits that white card to bounce back up. When we're using the highlighter, it hits that surface and bounces back in every direction. This is more of a straight angle. So let me just make that adjustment. We'll take the shot again. All right, so now that you've tipped the angle of your light down a little bit, and we've changed from shutter speed of 320 to 250, let's take our power of our light down about a half a stop. And let's see what the power of the light looks like on our subject now. So Isabella, you're doing a great job. Stay just like that. Don't move. Here we go. And what we should see is a little bit, oh, that is stunning. That's beautiful. That's exactly where you need to be. So with one light and one reflector, you can take a beautiful portrait at any location in any situation, right? So if you just slow down, think about where you are, what you need to do, what is your client requesting. This is the setup I use a lot because it's a light travel. I can go just about anywhere with it. It's pop-up backdrop, $6 card from CVS or Hobby Lobby, and one light. That's all you got. That's what you need. So now I'm going to show you two lights. What would you do to add to this? You could add a hair light or a background light. And I like to separate my subject from the background a little bit. So I'm going to show you a hair light, or some people call it a rim light if you put it off to the side. So let me show you what that looks like. As you can see, we have added a second light to our shot. The purpose of this light is to just add a little bit of separation between our subject and our background. And I have it off to the same side as our main light. When you do cross pattern lighting, your brain can look at it and go, something's weird about that. But when you keep your lights on the same side of the subject, there's something about the subconscious that just absorbs that information a little bit better. Now you can do a cross light pattern if you want to, but I would recommend that for a different shot. So for this business purpose, I would say if you're using a secondary light, put it behind your subject just so that it hits the back of their head. And I'm using this strip light. It's a 1x3. And my purpose is I'm going to separate her by hitting the back of the head all the way down to where the bottom of the shot stops. Bottom of the but I'm also going to add separation through her arm and where the bottom of the shot stops. From our one light setup, we haven't changed any settings on this light. Now we need to focus on our secondary light because we don't want to have it overpower behind her. This is not the gateways of heaven opening up. We just want to add a little bit of separation in the shot. So what I'm going to do again is put it on TTL, and I'm going to turn off my main light so that I can just get a reading on what my backlight is doing. So let's do that real quick and see what we got. This is just my backlight. Just want to see what that is doing. So hopefully what we're going to see is kind of a silhouette look. There we go. That's really close. So like I said, that was TTL, and that is just to give us a reading of what that light is doing. And so I can see that it kind of carves her out here. That rim light is perfectly hitting the top of her head through where the bottom of that shot is. And I just want to dial it back just a little bit because it's a little too hot for me. Again, the whole idea is just to add a little degree of separation where the shadow would be. You're just filling that in, carving out the subject. So let's turn our front light back on, and let's just bring our backlight down maybe one full stop. And we're going to take the same shot one more time. Isabella, you're here. You look great. Tilt your head this way just a touch. Thank you. Don't move. Stay right here. Good job. Now let's check this out and see what it looks like. Beautiful. So now we can see that beautiful outline, the back of the head coming into the arm here, and her face is perfectly exposed. Everything about that looks really good. I don't think we need to change anything. So you can rock and roll this all day. And the main thing with the business shot is I like to have people rotate sides. So let me show you how I do that. So right now we have the left side of her is in shadow, and now we're gonna pull the right side is where that rim light is. And all I wanna do is rotate her in her position. So she doesn't have to go anywhere. She just needs to rotate a little bit, and we're gonna see the light hit her face differently. And so Isabella, right now we were kind of angled this way. If you switch and turn this way, perfect. Don't move, everything about this is good. And I'm gonna turn your nose even more this way. Thank you. Stay right here and tilt down just a little. Hold that, right? Don't move, great job. So this is not a lighting thing, this is a position thing. So I like to give my clients different options so that they can see them immediately this way versus this way. Everybody has a side, they might not know what it is, so it's up to you to help them figure it out. And Isabella, if you want to look at the screen, you can see that side versus this side. And I really like this because when we turn you into the light a little bit more, the shadows that we had on your left side are now kind of being filled in, and we have that light from behind you kissing the back of your hair, your neck, your arm, everything just looks really beautiful here. So I'm really, really pleased with that. So now, without really doing anything, I'm gonna take our backlight and I'm gonna put it as a background light. So we're gonna lose that separation of the subject, but now we're gonna illuminate the backdrop just to show you what that looks like. So our light setup that we just had was the light was back here, acting as a hair light and a rim light for the subject. But now I'm gonna show you if we take that strip box off and we use a spot grid to actually throw it onto the background. Without the spot grid, you can see that this light just goes completely everywhere. I don't want to do that. I want to create that nice circle in the middle that has that gradual fall off, almost like a vignette. And you do that by using a spot grid. If you don't have a spot grid, you could use a piece of tin foil with a rubber band. It would do the same thing. So here's what that spot grid looks like now. And you can see much smaller circle. If I take this off, look at it one more time. It's everywhere, but as soon as we put that spot back on, it's a much smaller circle. So all I want to do from here is try to aim this light to the camera's position where this light is going to be directly behind her head, maybe her head and her shoulders. So I think right about here is the middle of my shot, and I think it's the correct height. Let's find out. All right, so what we've done is we moved our light from being a separator of the subject, carving them out, to now we've put a spot grid on it, and we are going to fire that light, which is almost parallel to the subject. We're gonna fire that light into the background, and we're gonna create that beautiful little light point that creates a vignette. But what have just occurred to me is I'm gonna use the modeling feature on the light. You can see I've just turned it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. I'm gonna turn it on so that I can go over there and see if my camera is in alignment with the back of her head, so that way I'm hitting exactly what I need to hit for the shot. So let's check it out. Don't move, stay right here. 3, 2, 1, go. Good job. Now let's check out that shot and see what we look like. So you can see that she's turned into the light more, so she has very even coverage on her, and we have turned that light from a background separating light into, a subject separating light into now a background light. And I don't really think we need to change anything. I think it's beautiful just the way it is. But if you wanted a smaller vignette point, then you could simply move your light closer to the background, and that would create that circle to be even smaller. And you know what? Just for kicks, I'm gonna do it and show you the difference. All right, so I've just moved that light about 3 feet closer to the subject, and you can already see that it is creating a much smaller point of light on the backdrop. So I'm gonna take one more shot and just see how that looks for us. Everything looks good about this. And when you're doing this, guys, make sure, let me show you the difference here between not having that light behind the subject and then having it behind the subject. Stay right here, Isabella, don't move. All right, good. So that first shot I took, it just looks super weird when you have the light not behind the subject. It just looks awkward to me. I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't look right. But when it's behind the person, it looks really cool. This almost looks too angelic for me, so I would probably back that light up to where it's really beautiful fall off on the backdrop. So I think this is a little too close for my personal opinion. Your client might love it, but just know if you want to make the size of that circle bigger or smaller, it's the distance away from the backdrop. So now we've done those two light setups, I'm going to show you what adding a third light is, and that's just combining everything. So now we're going to have a main light for our subject's face. We're going to have that background light like you just saw, and we're going to have a grid light or a hair light or a rim light. We're going to do all three together and show you how that presents your subject for your shot. Isn't Isabella doing a great job? So good. All right, so you've seen a one light with a reflector. You've seen the two light as a separating light and as a background light, but now we're going to do all three. So we've got our main light, we have got our hair light slash rim light, and we have our background light. So again, this has a spot grid on it, and you can see it just creates that nice circle here that produces that beautiful vignette on the backdrop. We have our hair light slash rim light. It's going to hit the top of her head, through her arm, her side, helping carve her off the backdrop. And our main light, of course, illuminates her face. So let's take a shot with all three, see what we got. All right, Isabella, you look great. Look right here at me. Don't move. And I need to turn on my background light so I can make sure that I'm in the right spot. Everything's good here. Just fixed a couple of hair bubbles on this side. Yep. Hey, Raquel, can you jump in there real quick and fix that for us? If you guys don't know, I highly recommend to have a hair and makeup artist on set with you, because you can do things like this on the fly and make her picture perfect for every single shot. Thank you, Raquel. All right, so your hair looks perfect now, and I'm gonna get back in position for my background light. Turn your nose to me this way, just a touch. Right there, don't move. Perfect. Now let's see what we look like here. And with all three lights playing together, we should have a really nice looking shot. It looks awesome. So now I'm just going to take, this is that point where like all your lights are working properly. Everything is dialed in well. Now this is goes after you get all of your lights dialed in to where you want them, this goes into personal preference, like positioning, posture. So all I want to do for this shot is throw the hair off of this shoulder and leave that one exactly where it is. Yeah, so just that little piece is caught in the collar there. And you can't see him, but I have my awesome cameraman, James. He is here filming this tutorial for you guys. There he is. That's perfect, yes, thank you. All right, let's take this shot. Hair looks amazing. Turning this way just a little bit, thank you. I'm gonna take your right arm, push it back just a touch. That's a little too much, come there, right. Perfect, tilt your head just a touch. That is beautiful, stay right here, don't move. Go ahead and blink for me one time, good. And then I want you to open your lips and just breathe through your mouth. Yep, and you're looking at me. Good job, and then slightly pleasant, just a little bit of a smile. Beautiful. Now, all I want you to do is take your hair and throw it off of that shoulder and bring it back to me on this side. Yes, beautiful. So stay just like that. Let me make sure I am where I need to be, right here. Don't move. I'm gonna get you to turn your head a little more that way. Stop right there, that's good. Oh, you blinked. Go ahead and blink for me one time. Yep. And I want steel rod superhero posture, you got it. Don't move, chin down just a little bit. Hold that right there. Good job. So that's it, guys. It's not super complicated. I think that a lot of people think too much about it. If you just slow down, think about what your lights are doing, you're gonna be in a good spot. So one light is our main light. If that's all you have, that's really all you need. You can take a killer shot with just that. If you wanna get a little bit more fancy, you can get a spot grid or tinfoil and a rubber band, point it at your backdrop and you create that beautiful vignette. And if you want to get real nuts, you could even put 2 grid lights back there, a hair light and 2 rim lights. You can have 6 lights. You can have all the lights you want to. But for a business professional headshot, I would recommend stay with 1 light, use a big reflector, softbox, or a big umbrella that produces the best flattering light, and then some type of reflection underneath it. You don't need to get too complicated about it, but if you have any questions about anything in this tutorial, send me a message and I'll walk you through it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.